Hello, everyone, and welcome to the big 1-year episode of Three Dads on a Console. We made it. Somehow, some way. They said it couldn't be done, and we said go kick rocks. I'm Waba Plays for the 52nd time. Alongside me, Court. Court, hello, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations, you two. We can all can't we all be congratulatory?
Oh, okay. So I didn't understand where you were going there. I was like, are you making fun of the fact that my Elite controller died? I'm like, Jesus.
No, I'm
Dang. Too soon.
Waba coming out swinging.
No!
Doesn't even care. Coming out swinging.
And that third voice you hear is, as always, Pez. Pez, happy 1 year.
Good day, lads. Happy 1 year to you all as well. Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby.
I can't find
Shout
this.
out Shania Twain.
Oh, there it is. Jesus.
I know Shania Twain.
Work.
Yeah, Shania Twain. I'm glad you're listening. Welcome.
Whose bed have your boots been under?
Woo!
Whose bed have boots been?
And as a
feel like thunder.
if you want to see us dance, you could
who
be
did
here.
You run to?
Be here live.
You could be here live. We're actually streaming this episode live on our YouTube channel.
You almost said Twitch, didn't you?
No, I wouldn't.
I get it. It's hard. It's hard. I get it.
It's Saturday night.
Woo! On Wednesday. I had to check which day.
I know, but it's live. You know? I went with it. Oh,
We're killing it right now.
I know, right? But here we
Thanks,
are.
Nick.
Welcome everybody, and again, we are going to also be celebrating with people in chat. So we'll be reading comments throughout the stream, or throughout the episode, because this is all because of all of you, and we'll be saying that a lot tonight. And we're going to be talking some gaming news, as we do, as one does, as is tradition. But first, let's talk about us, because really, it's all about us, right?
Jesus.
No,
without us, you guys would be nothing.
Originally, this is the most condescending conversation I've ever seen.
No. I mean, if you
it's all about you guys.
On my
Except
Twitch
now,
stream,
it's about
all
us.
about. On my Twitch stream, I'd be like, it's all about me. No, I'm like, when I win, but when we lose. That's how I put it.
We've seen your Twitch. We know it's all about you.
Just God.
Uh-huh.
But let's talk about us. So we want to talk about some of our favorite memories so far in the past year recording.
Or the T-shirt. They're the only one. I'm the one that owns it, and you two don't.
They don't sell to the U.S. It's not my fault.
Sorry, I was buying a house.
Yo, Waba's the one. No, wow.
I was thinking I was buying a house.
Waba was too busy signing up for Xbox.
Oh, we will talk about that. That's the biggest market tease ever.
Finally.
But Court, tell us about one of your favorite memories, or
honestly,
any favorite.
My very favorite memory was the one where I semi-hosted a game show on our podcast. Drunk, I might add. It was very fun. It was the hockey episode because we got the Bruins lost and we got kershmammered. And then the night my grandma died, and we did the episode anyways. Was another one for me because I needed people that night, and you guys were there for me.
We're happy to be here.
Always.
Yeah, I just did that. I'm sorry.
No, I mean that's important. I mean, we've talked about a lot of things, some happy, some not so happy, and I think that's what makes this a special time, special group. So, Pez, what are some of your memes?
None of it. I hated every single minute of it.
That's what I was gonna say. You took my answer.
So, I don't know if I had one specific event. I think for me it was probably meeting Waba, because before this podcast I had no idea who Waba was. No, I'm serious, because before this podcast, no idea who Waba Plays ever existed. Quote was like, "Hey, I know this guy. You're gonna love him," and then all of a sudden, podcast happened. Bang, podcast. And then secondly is the amount of guests we've had on. That I never would have probably interacted with, like, the guys from PS Trophy Room. Like, I didn't know that podcast even existed until, like, we started this thing in the gaming space, right? And, like, just the people we've met. So just the awesome guests we've had on. Really, like every episode we've had a guest has been fantastic. Whether it was dumping all over me because I couldn't get a PS5, or hanging out with Deke Slayer talking about old school video games, or hanging out with Crash talking about like what we talk about, baseball cards and all that stuff. Like
90s. He's addicted to the 90s.
Like just being able to just have guests that we have connected with, and walk down a path with, and have a great conversation with, is really the only thing I can ask for as a podcast co-host. So yeah, that was it. Waba?
I like your answer about guests, because mine is I think one of the big milestones was being able to collaborate with Megaran, who is one of my favorite artists. I've seen him, I think 3 times at PAX. He was playing a video game, a wrestling game against like the Blue Meanie, and everyone was there to see Blue Meanie. I'm like, Megaran, what's up?
And when he ignored you there, was insult you? Like, Megaran, what's up? He's like, who is this guy? Why is he talking to me?
No, I got a picture with him. It was cool. He was really cool. I mean, he's always cool.
Do you know who the Blue Meanie is?
He's a wrestler, man.
Yeah, but like, do you know? Like, yeah, obviously he's a wrestler. He was playing a wrestling game, and they were probably like, wrestler Blue Meanie. Like, do you know where he wrestled, or what he is known most for?
His color, blue.
Yes, but he wrestled in ECW as part of the Blue World Order, a spoof on the New World Order.
That
Blue
sounds
World Order.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Sounds
Listen,
Smurfy.
I'm not here to I'm just here to give you truthful information.
Listen, I speak with my other co-host on my other show, the Assemble XP, Matt, on a daily basis, and I have to hear about wrestling. Please.
Please move on.
Please move on.
But yeah, and I think also too, being able to like learn new skills. Like, I know it sounds silly to like, oh, like editing and doing a podcast is like a new skill, but for me, like, you guys have been in the podcast game.
Whoa. We don't edit.
I used to.
Yeah, we don't anymore.
Used to. No, it just goes. We give it to
doing
you live.
one.
We give it to you live in raw.
Live from Waba's live from Waba's basement. It's Wednesday night.
And yeah, my background's, I think it's gotten better, but not much. New Jersey Devil, which blows my mind, is in chat, and he basically said nice coat rack. Yes, I'm using that.
Okay,
for my spin bike, but I have.
He's also got a box of pasta that he still hasn't sent me yet. I've
also got
former guests on this show have sent me stuff from California on more than one occasion. And I even had people on Twitter send me a box of that pasta. Yet Waba just can't get around to it.
But here's the thing: if I have 2 up here, that means I can have both sides visible.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Along with a old crusty McHappy Meal.
It's Pikachu, and he makes me smile. And then you have Gritty's head over there.
And then you have something
actually athletic. You have a 5K traversing medal. So there you go.
Done. I love how you pin that up on the wall.
Proud of it, dude.
Okay, you should pin it up on the pillar that's behind you so that it can be seen on camera more.
Oh my god, what a flex!
I just gave you ideas.
That's actually a good idea. I might do that. But yeah, no, I mean, a lot of fun times, a lot of different things. I mean, we've talked about a whole bunch. I think having a Kevin Gordon on when we talked about one of my favorite all-time games from Silicon Knights, being able to talk about Eternal Darkness, and like I totally just geeked out. Like, I don't know, that was fun. It was one of those games that was fun, and I didn't think I'd be talking about ever again. And the fact that it came up, it kind of renewed my love for it. So that was fun.
Pretty sure that's back compat now on Xbox.
That thing is. I played that on GameCube.
No, I understand.
So
I thought it was on the list.
No, if that's on the list, then I'm leaving right now to go take care of that.
Well, you're okay. So I think we need to get into this right away. Like, we need you walked into that door, and I think people who it's the 1-year anniversary, and I like to let everybody know that Waba is officially caved.
No,
and Waba has a Xbox ID and a subscription to Game Pass Ultimate, and is even considering getting an Xbox Series S.
Considering.
We did it
Still. It's there. It's in the zeitgeist. It's in your head. I believe you said it's a very strong possibility, is what you said on the last podcast that I was with you on.
I might have. Yeah, I might have. I probably edited that part out because I didn't want to. It doesn't fit my narrative.
I know, but so you've perused the Game Pass, Waba.
Yeah, I did.
As a doubter, hater, whatever we want to call you right now.
A holdout, if you will.
Yeah, holdout. Sure, that sounds better. It's less negative.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's still, yeah, it's very less negative. What do you think of the Game Pass?
All right, I'm gonna. Okay. First off, I think you guys know, as much as I meme and clown on it, I think it's a great service.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I looked at the things for PC at least because I don't have a machine, the console. It's fine. There's definitely a lot there. There's nothing I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get into this. I downloaded it originally because of Halo because it's free, so like I can afford that. I also have a graphics card that can play it. So as a courtesy to the person who gave me one on this show, to my right, I figured, at least I'd try it out. But I did look at it and I saw a few games that I actually like really like and I wanted to play. The two that really stuck out though, well, three. First off, Disneyland Adventures. Don't
honestly don't. It's easy achievements and your kid is gonna love it. And I play it with my daughter a lot.
Oh yeah, my kid'll like it. It's not for me.
As Waba, he just got a code for Fast and the Furious. And
games. I'm like, okay, that's for me. We Happy Few, which I never got to play, even though I know it's on PlayStation. I just kind of didn't because I heard it was fine, but it's very Bioshocky. And Valhalla, where you're an anime female girl waifu bartender, and I played that at a PAX, and I loved it, and I wanted to play it on Vita, and I never got around to it, and now it's on Game Pass for free. So I was like, that's a game. That's a game legitimately that I'm like, I like this, and I'm going to play it. Like that's right up my alley.
I'm gonna give you some suggestions. Okay, so brand new Age of Empires. That is definitely right up your alley. But I believe if you start playing that, you are the type of personality that won't stop playing that, and then actually, yes, start playing that because then that'll be your addiction to Game Pass. You're like, well, I can't go back now. And then I would say Ori and the Blind Forest. Like,
ooh,
wow.
Yes.
First off, how good it's gonna look on your PC. How fun you will have with this game. I'm gonna even suggest, you as a person that loves collectathons, Zoo Tycoon will get you a ton of achievements. So Waba, once you start getting that, ooh, I got an achievement, and then that diamond pops on the screen, you're gonna be like, fine. Super Lucky's Tale is another fun game. Gears of War 4.
Never played a Gears, so I'll get into one. I feel like I have to.
Forza Horizon 5. The game should have been nominated for Game of the Year. We will talk about that and how frustrated I am with the ridiculousness that wasn't on the list just because it's a sports game. That game was amazing. And my personal favorite on my PC when I play it through Game Pass is Solitaire because I get to play it every morning and I get achievements while playing Solitaire.
You could just play that manually with a deck of cards.
There's also Destiny 2, all the old Halos, and the Halos actually run better and look better on the PC than they do on the console.
I mean, there's a lot there,
True.
And it's like, I don't know. It's interesting because I haven't had these titles available. I don't play Xbox. I don't have one. But there's definitely like a lot there.
That's the thing. Xbox is now, you have Game Pass, so you technically have one now. You have a PC, that's an Xbox.
And I like
Xbox app.
I like too, like you said, Age of Empires. I would never be caught dead playing that on a console. Or like I saw Hearts of Iron 4. I used to play Hearts of Iron, I think like 1 or 2 way back when. Super nerdy, like World War II RTS. I would never play that on a console. But since now they have it on a PC, it's like, okay, now these are games I might actually enjoy. Like same how I said, like, Diablo, I would never play that on a console. I feel the same about Omlor, even though I know you don't. But it's interesting that gives you that.
I love Kingdoms of Amalur. I still that might be the reason I turned my PlayStation on. But there's gonna be like a big poof of dust that comes out of the thing when I finally turn it back on. But I definitely put it into my collection. I'm still debating on selling this darn thing because I'm just like, I don't use it. I don't use it. Like, and I'm like, I think about it. I'm like, Horizon's coming out in what, February?
Yeah.
Am I even going to play it when it drops? I'm probably gonna wait because I'm not gonna buy it. I don't care. I'm not gonna buy it right away. So, meh. Does that make any sense? Meh.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, you
sense.
can
Total sense.
probably make your money back.
I mean, if you're not going to use it, yeah, and you can definitely make your money back, if not more.
I extremely only play on Xbox.
Sell it to an American so you can make double.
America. Actually, you know what's hilarious about that? I could probably do that because it's harder to get out in the US than it is here.
You could smuggle them into me and Pez, and we can have a fence at the border, and then we can just start making money, making ducats.
That's right.
Sell Canadian PS4s, 5s,
Making
whatever.
bank, baby. Imagine if they were Canadian, just PS4s, not even PS5s. You're just selling PS4s to people saying they're PS5s. What are they gonna do? Nothing.
I still think it's crazy that you can't even like as someone. It's hilarious how we made fun of Pez for months because he couldn't get a PS5.
Yep.
He gets a PS5 when he was actually looking for an Xbox. It's the most hilarious thing. Yep. So now it's to the point where Pez is probably looking for an Xbox Series S and can't find one yet. I can go to the local Shoppers Drug Mart down the street and it's sitting there.
I had a Series, the Halo Edition Series X in my car.
That's expensive. You should have got that.
And direct from Microsoft, MSRP, which I'm all about because I'm cheap. And I balked and I closed the webpage and then I went back and it was already out of stock.
You didn't want it enough.
I was ready to check out. I was scared of my wife.
You shouldn't have been. Think how cool.
Doubt is the reason why you didn't have it. You got to earn
it.
Man.
I doubt it.
Think how cool that thing would be right now. It has the blue. It has the shiny. It's got the the shiny.
So amazing.
It's
It'd be so amazing. But I was afraid my wife would see the box and just destroy me.
Mm-hmm. She would, but she wouldn't leave you. If she was going to leave you, she would have left you a long time ago. So don't worry about it. You should just got that thing.
I know.
And your Xbox would never have left you.
It wouldn't. My 360 did. It red ringed on me. It left me. But
I had 3 red rings.
We put it back in its place. We found it. We found a new one.
When they brought out those shoes, those Xbox 360 shoes just recently, those Adidas, I was actually extremely disappointed that there was no nod to the red ring of death. Like, because they had the Xbox symbol on the bottom of the shoe. Yep. I wish it was when you on the sole, all they would have had to have done is you can't see it until like it touches, so you'd have to like go like this on the bottom of the sole. But if you did that, the red ring would go around. Like, it's Xbox. They nod. They make fun of themselves all the time. I was like, how do you not make fun of yourself for this one? Like, this was something that didn't even stop us. Like, we got the red ring of death, and what did we do? We tried to find whoever computer tech person that was around, because if you sent it in a coffin to Microsoft, it took forever to come back. So there was all these like computer shops that learned how to do the soldering on it, and they learned how to open it up without ripping the label that was on the inside, because Microsoft put this little sticker on the inside of the 360 that if it ripped, it voided your warranty. So these people all figured out how to open these up and not rip that sticker and then fix the soldering, and then your Xbox was fine. And then what I would do is, as soon as I got a red ring on an Xbox, I would get it fixed, and then I would sell it and buy a new one. So then I would keep the chain going, because they had so many different versions of the Xbox 360. They had, when they came out with the black one, like everybody wanted the black.
Yeah, the black one was nice.
It was nice, so I had to get the black. But I red ringed on that one too. Like, I red ringed on every single 360 console I owned.
Remember when people were saying like, "Hey, you should put in like a towel or something"?
Yes.
Like, wrap it in a towel.
Well, because it was heat. Because it was the heat. That doesn't even make sense now when you think about it.
Add some more heat.
I know, it doesn't make sense at all.
So, Pez, let me ask you something. Because I remember each game, it's happened to me 3 times. Do you remember what game you were playing when you red ringed?
Yeah, I was playing NCAA 14.
See, look at that. We all remember. I was playing Indiana Jones, Lego Indiana Jones, brand new, out of the package, put it into the 360, and it messed up the screen. Whoop, sorry. And then I was playing NHL, and then Grand Theft Auto. Those are my 3 grand rings.
Man,
my fat PS3 died.
Yellow light.
PS3. Oh well, Antonio wants to say something controversial. There, I said it. I love you all. Oh, okay. Yeah, we love you too, buddy.
I sent a heart in chat. But
okay, you can talk to him. He's like in the chat. He can hear you.
I know, but if you're on a I know he can see it. If you're on a hot streak, I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, okay. It's okay. You can interrupt me. I'm allowing it.
No, fine. But I was playing what is it? Resident Evil 5. I had someone basically rushing me through the Wesker boss. It was the last level on expert I needed for the platinum, and it died.
So for everybody listening as a podcast, Antonio is a liar. He says that he never red ringed on a Xbox. So I just don't believe he owned one.
Yeah. If you owned one, you probably had that. And
I don't think I. You know what? I'm gonna put this out as a tweet. Like, how could you have owned a 360 and not red ringed? I don't even know it's possible. Yeah, obviously you didn't play it. Obviously, yeah.
That makes more sense. You know what console didn't die? The GameCube. In fact, those things are
great console.
Beefy. I mean, they're still fine today.
No, it's better than the Switch.
It's
what?
The GameCube's the best.
I'm triggered. You pulled me right back in. You pulled me right back in. I was enjoying the conversation. GameCube better than the Switch. Pulled me right back in.
The Switch is trash. The Switch is
the Switch is not trash.
The Switch was like, hey, you know, the Vita was really good. Let's make something that's not even as good. But then later on, we're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna give you an OLED screen. Whoa, that's futuristic.
Yeah, the Vita had it a million years ago.
Mm-hmm. The Vita is a better handheld, and I solely look at the Switch as a handheld. So I say the Vita was a better handheld, and for some reason the Switch caught on. I don't know. I don't get it. Oh, it didn't have Mario. Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
I will tell you why the Switch caught on. A, you could play portable Nintendo games, but B, unlike the Vita, Nintendo actually supported it.
Well, yeah, because Nintendo. You know what?
No, we can get into it. You want to get into it?
How about this? Because it's the 1 year anniversary, from this episode on, I will not talk about Nintendo. I will just.
I don't believe
silence on Nintendo.
No,
they can take your money. They're never taking mine. Those money grubbing Nintenderds.
I'm not talking about them as I bash them on my way out.
From this point on, starting
F you Nintendo, starting now.
I love the Super Nintendo. It was a fantastic console, and it's still my number one console of all time. Then be the Xbox 360, and then the NES. Those are my top threes.
Guys, speaking of Xbox, they just celebrated their 20th anniversary.
Did they really?
They did. That's how old we are.
Did you see that video? It was pretty cool.
It was amazing.
Xbox Canada, they had some nerds in it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Dude, yeah. So for those who didn't see, Xbox Canada tweeted out a video of like the boys, and Court and Matt from Assemble was in it, and I freaked out. I screamed at my desk. I was so excited.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Didn't I tell you guys? I knew I was.
You did, but it wasn't until I saw it that it was like, I don't know. It doesn't hit me until I see it.
Because maybe Xbox Canada was like, yeah, we'll put you in, but then in editing, they were like,
you get Mike Wazowski'd.
You get cutting room floor.
Wow.
Maybe that's
well. If you think about it, all it was me being scolded by Matt. So
what else is new?
Probably deserved it.
100%. Let's be honest here.
All right. So did you guys watch the anniversary video? What'd you think about it?
Okay, I'm going to say this only on this show because Xbox Canada hopefully is not listening. I was doing a conference call and did not watch it, and then had to do literally, I had my conference call between 1 and 1:30, and then by 1:35 we were recording the episode talking about it, and I was watching it on a YouTube and fast forwarding it to certain parts. Be like, oh yeah, and then Matt would be like talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that part, yeah, That's how it worked for me. But
that sounds like me all the time.
As what I got from it after watching it again after the fact, it was a warm hug, and it made me remember the Xbox 360 days and how much I enjoyed that console and the original Xbox. The original Xbox was the very first console that I ever purchased personally, that I worked for the money and went out and purchased the console. So I have a lot of fond memories for that console, and it was also the first console where you could put CDs in. So when you were playing NHL, you could have your soundtrack. So I remember Seven Nation Army was like a huge song. So I'd have that as my in-ring songs and stuff like that, and some Foo Fighter songs. And then the 360 was my 20s. Like I was Xbox, and then I played Uncharted, and woof, I had to go I played Uncharted at a friend's house, and I had to go buy a PS3. Like literally took my Xbox, 2 EB games and was like, "This is yours. Give me one of those." And then I got Infamous, Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Like I didn't have a PS3 till the very end of the life cycle, so I was able to do Uncharted 1, 2, 3, Infamous 1 and 2. I got to play all these games that weren't on the Xbox, and then I'm like, oh, I don't think I can go back because then I love them, right? And then I jump ship again because I want the bells and whistles. I want the Game Pass. I want the Dolby Atmos, the Dolby Vision. I want the community. Xbox is a community, and that's what the 20th anniversary is about. See how I went all the way back. All the way back.
You went 360 degrees.
Boom.
Exactly. It is a community, and I'll say this now. As someone that's on the Twitterverse, besides the guys over at PS Trophy Room, there's not a lot of warm hugs from the PlayStation community out there. The PS Waba, it's not the same though. Like if you go on, and Pez can see it, if you go on Twitter and you're on social media, or you look at the Xbox podcast and stuff, everybody's so encouraging. Hey, this is awesome. You did this, you did that. Even Badbit and Kyle, awesome guys. The best PlayStation podcast out there. Listen to it right now. Best by far. They're even in both communities, and they're so nice. But I don't see anything. I don't feel that community feel from Xbox. I feel them turning into from PlayStation. I feel them turning into Nintendo because they like their money, and I get it. But Xbox has this. Hey, look what they just did today. Okay, they announced an amazing game at the end, and it got Waba to actually insert a code so he could play it, which is Halo Infinite multiplayer, because everybody's loving it. Pez and I are going to play it right after the show. We are playing it tonight. And then people complained about it, and they literally just put out a tweet saying they're going to fix the XP. Because everybody said that the XP, and that was the thing. The game is fun, but the XP drip was terrible.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. And we'll talk about that when we talk about our little mini Halo review.
I didn't watch it.
Great.
and just because I'm sure it was fine. I get the notes from you guys.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm not that far into the Xbox ecosystem.
He's coming. You're coming. He's already got a SCUF controller, for God's sakes.
I've had a SCUF controller since last year, but that was different.
Is that
so? Why did you ask about you literally before you were like, if I play Halo with my PlayStation controller, you have a SCUF, just plug it in.
I don't. It's challenging for me with the offset, the joysticks.
You're okay. Hold on. You know what? Time out. We're live. That's the most hilarious thing I've ever heard. It is not.
Like that.
End the stream.
No. Oh my God, Waba!
I don't like the Xbox controller.
Waba, this is make funnable. This is.
No, it's not. Well, think about it. I've never used Xbox.
It doesn't matter. It's just a controller.
Even GameCube, the Lord's GameCube.
You're telling me the guy who plays NHL on hybrid because he can't play on the new controls can't
I choose not to
move his thumb up like a centimeter because it'll just be so weird. I can't play. His thumbs have to be right beside each other so they're cozy. If he goes like this, he's like, whoop, whoop. He's losing balance. He's falling over.
A wise man once said, "Life is a game of inches," and I'm not moving my thumb a damn inch if I don't have to. I think Al Pacino said that. What movie was it? Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was like
No.
One of the football movies.
It was Al Pacino in Toy Story 4. Woody. I love
Antonio just agreed. The Xbox controller has ideal placement. If you could take the Xbox controller's placement of the sticks and stick it on the DualSense, you'd have the best controller for next gen.
Fair. But I need time with it. But I haven't spent time. So that's why. I'm just you're used to something, you know? It's cozy.
Waba. Come on now. Hey, Waba, question for you. As someone that's a PlayStation person and plays NHL, how many times did you have to get a new controller because you ripped off the rubber on the sticks from playing NHL?
One. Do you want to know why? Because I'm what they call a pro gamer.
Do you know that would never happen on Xbox?
I purchase these very high quality thumb caps from a it's a place overseas called China. I don't know if you've heard of it. I bought it on eBay. I bought 10 pairs of these for $1, and I just replace them as needed, and I only have to use one controller. Now, for all the other nerds who don't think that their thumbs do damage when they do, yeah, I see that problem. But I know what you mean. But yeah, I used to rip my PS4 controllers up because I moved too gracefully. Controller couldn't handle it.
Like a ballerina.
You move too gracefully, but you can't use a
ballerina
up on the thumbsticks. He's like, whoa! I'm losing my balance. I can't sit in my chair.
The Xbox nerds, their thumbs have actually evolved to become elongated on the left side to be able to fit that placement. Mine haven't evolved that way because I haven't been using a controller like that. It's just science, man. Earth's flat and thumbs are elongated.
At some point, Chad, I'll tell you guys what I think about the 20th anniversary, but I don't think it's going to happen for another 10
Sorry, no, we're
minutes.
we're just. Pez, what'd you think of the anniversary?
It was fine. No, I actually, I really enjoyed it. It brought back great memories.
Brought back? I don't know.
Brought
what
back
was.
Brought back. Apologize. It brought back great memories of the original Xbox Halo 2 and going to a friend's house. So my friend rented like a 2-floor house at the time, and we had like a 6 to 8 like actual Xbox Halo 2 LAN party on like these 2 floors, and we would just like drink beer and play Halo and have a great time. And it just reminded me of stuff like that, getting my 360 and playing all my Maddens and my NCAA football 2014 was my one of my favorite Xbox 360 games. I bought a 360 because I was introduced to Gears of War at a friend's house, and I watched Marcus Phoenix take his chainsaw lancer and just like slice a locust open, and I was like, oh yeah.
Is that why you wear the bandana? Because of Marcus Phoenix?
Yeah, exactly why. It's definitely because of that. And I said, yeah, I have to get this machine. And we were, my friends and I were hardcore Modern Warfare 2 gamers. Call of Duty ran a clan every Friday night. We played starting at 8:00. A tradition I still use this day, which is why I stream at 8:00 on Fridays.
Interesting.
Yeah. So to the point where my wife, when we first got together, I said, Friday nights, 8:00, I play Call of Duty. And she got so mad when we first got together because every Friday night at 8:00, our oldest daughter at the time, she was like 3 or 4. She'd go to bed, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to play Call of Duty. Be up until 1:00. And she's like, you play video games too much. And I said, hey, it could be worse. I said, I could be, could be going to a bar or could be doing whatever. I said, but I'm a gamer. That's what I do. I play video games. And now she has learned.
I'm a gamer. That's what I do.
Accept it. That's what I said. And then I threw Choice Game Awards at her. No, but I was like, this is what I do. You either accept it or don't accept it, but I'm not going to change what I do. And she accepted it. But yeah, so it was basically up until the Xbox One came out and they said it's going to start, I think, at like 500. It was either 400 or 500, which was 100 more than the PS4. You had to get a Kinect, and it had to be online. Online, like that was the launch of the Xbox, and I went, I don't want that, and that's why we switched to PS4. If I will tell you right now, if Xbox never did that, I'd have Xbox. I'd be still being the Xbox ecosystem, like through the Xbox One era, but I wasn't pretty much up until I built this PC, and I was like, oh yeah, I can play these games. We'll be fine. And then Game Pass dropped, and it was all over. All over.
There's definitely a lot of like nostalgia. I know there's nostalgia for both companies, but I think you're seeing it more now with Xbox One because of the anniversary and 2 because of.
Oh, I think it's also because they actually have they've been made fun of for a couple of years about not having games, and now they're dropping it like it's hot. And PlayStation people are like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I miss those days.
I can't make fun of them anymore. I can't even point fingers at them. They have the better console, more powerful console, has more features, has backwards compatibility, has Game Pass, has quick resume, has everything our console doesn't have, but we got a really cool controller.
Well, I think for me, what came out of the 20th anniversary was Xbox. Microsoft basically was like, "Hey, here is 70 titles that is now backwards compatible," and everyone just had that like. I'm gonna drop a Simpsons reference. I don't know if anyone's gonna get. It's like everyone's hat goes to the ceiling, right, out of excitement. Does anyone get that reference?
No. And I like the Simpsons. That was you just did like a obscure Simpsons reference there.
So the reference for those listening on Spotify is
you have to explain it.
I know, but now I want to. When they announce who is going to play Fallout Boy in the movie, and then all the kids go, and the air conditioner comes on, and it pulls all the hats to the ceiling.
See.
So anyway, everyone's hat hit the ceiling, right?
Had to be there, folks.
Because I'm just gonna move past it because no other publisher, like even your EAs and your Activisions, whatever, but like the big three.
Let's not talk
right?
about Activision. We don't even mention them anymore.
No, the big three: Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. Nintendo and Sony will never give you backwards compatibility. So for Microsoft to step out and do that, really solidified that they are I don't want to use the term pro gamer, but they're pro consumer right now. And the fact that they said, "Hey, we're going to give you these beloved games from the 20 years ago, from 10 years ago, and you'll be able to play them on your console, whatever console
4K.
you own, right now."
But yeah, it's not even just that. Like, so they announced 76 more titles, but they also conveniently the next day dropped a little, "Hey, we're not going to be doing this anymore," and that's based on licensing. Legalities of the games, like they don't own the rights to half the stuff, so they can't bring these games back out, which is fine. But if you look at the amount of titles what they did with backwards compatibility, like you can play old Sonic games on a PlayStation 5. You can do it. You can go in the PlayStation Store and you can buy them. But if you play them on your Xbox, they're in 4K HDR. So they have HDR effects. So like my daughter, I can play old 360 games. So I play a lot of 360 games with her because I don't think, besides outright games, so we play all of them. Like we just played a little Fast and the Furious before I even came on the show. Besides outright games, there's not many opportunities for kids games. But when the 360 and the PlayStation 3 were around, there was a plethora of games. And once again, they brought out Disney games that were, for some reason, still impossible. But some of these games got added, like Rio just got added to backwards compatibility. So when it comes up in the store, I'm going to buy it for it. But all the old Lego games, I'm able to go into the store, and they were all on sale the other day. And I was able to grab a whole dirt load of them. And even Lego Batman 2 is games with gold right now, so you can get it for free. Now, if you get that game and you play it on your Xbox Series X or S, that is in either 1440p on the S or it is 4K on your X, and it is HDR, and it looks beautiful. It doesn't look like a brand new... I'm not saying it looks like a brand new next-gen game, but it looks way better than what we played when we were on the 360 or the PlayStation 3 back in the day. So they take the time, and even Phil Spencer today even made an announcement. Well, not an announcement, sorry. He was interviewed, and he said that he is pro-emulator because we need to preserve games. And the only way to do that is through emulator, because eventually you won't be able to get these games anymore. So he doesn't see a problem with emulators. Which it is what Pez was alluding to. They are pro-gamer, and it's because a gamer is running the company. Phil Spencer he loves playing video games. He is literally out there probably playing Halo right now. Like there's videos of people all the time on Xbox, on the Twitter for Xbox, where they're like, "I just killed Phil Spencer in Halo," and like you can, because everybody knows so everybody plays who's working there. They change things because they're like, well, I play this game. I want it to be fun. And then the problem is we had that with Shuhei, and now he's there, but it's not the same.
Right.
So PlayStation has decided, well, no. I wear a suit. I'm Jim Ryan. I'm going to say stupid things and then backtrack it and then say that I didn't really say that and now say that Game Pass and stuff is good. It's like, right. It hurts, man. It hurts.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about the leadership for Sony now. I forget who the guy before Sean Layden was. He was like I thought like really cool and down to earth. And then Sean Layden came and he was I thought he was more corporate, but he actually ended up being like understanding things. I don't even know who the guy is now.
Jim
but
Ryan?
you're right, like
it's Jim Ryan.
Yeah, who not like
but,
I don't
Jim
I feel
Ryan
like I don't
year,
know like there's no like I feel like I've related to the executives more in the past. And not that
Agreed.
that really
Shuhei.
matters. I don't know these guys, but like
the Shuhei era.
That I think that fosters
yep.
I think Shu's awesome, and that fosters more like of an inclusive environment, or at least like what do they call if you can see yourself like playing a game with the people, you might kind of be more loyal to the brand.
Well, yeah, because like Shuhei was that guy. He loved indie games. He was the launch of the PS4, and that's why it was so successful. He was the launch of the PS4. We had all these great games, Resogun, all these great games to play, and everything was about the gamers. And even when the PS5 came out, I was like, oh, they gave us this PlayStation Plus collection. And I was like, that's really good. And then they started, saying weird things. And then you get all these court cases coming in, and you can see how much they don't want to do cross progression, cross play. They make it impossible to transfer your saves for no reason. And I'm just like, all these things that they're putting up paywalls for, like literally putting up paywalls for. Hey, you want the game that you just had on your old console? Well, it's going to be $10 more. Like, it's just weird stuff that they were choosing to do when you have smart delivery on Xbox, which is just free. It's just you put the game in and it just works, and you get whatever version of your console. You don't have to download 2 different versions on your console. They set the console up that way so that you would pay for things. PlayStation knew what they were doing, and I feel let down by a company that I like their consoles, I love their games, and they decided to be like, hey, we don't respect you, and we don't respect your money, and we're just gonna do opposite. And then Xbox was like, hey, come over here. You
know what it was?
Shh. I like you. I'm gonna respect you, and I'm gonna treat you with respect.
It was, if you look at the launch of the Xbox One and PS4, and you look at the launch of the Xbox Series S and X and PS5, they have switched. Because if you remember, the big joke with the PS4 was you had the 2 executives up there, and they said, if you want to share your game with a friend, this is how you do it. And he gave them the game, right? And everyone was like, oh, because Microsoft was like, yeah, you can't do that, right? So they have completely like switched ideologies moving into, because as we saw, like, and I feel like this goes back to the 360 PS3 days. The 360 was very popular. It didn't, if you look at overall sold units, I don't think it outbeat the PS3.
No, PS3 took it in the end. PS3 took it in the end, and I truly think it's because Xbox 360 owners had played all the games and they wanted to play Uncharted and all that.
So then, 360 was kind of the big boy, right? So then moving into the next generation of consoles, Sony was like, we have to make up for this. And they did that by giving consumers what they wanted, right? Easy to share gaming, like lower price point, not always online, like whatever. And then Sony was the one that took off, and then Microsoft was left in the dust. So you come into this generation, and Sony's like, Microsoft's like, all right, we have to change up what we're doing because it didn't work. And Sony was like, we have our games, we have our fan base, we have outsold our competitors. We'll say 3-1, probably not true, but we don't have to change anything. We're fine. And now you're seeing as the gaming space evolves, both Nintendo, the only thing Nintendo really has is they have IPs that people will never drop. Never.
Well, I did. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Court did. But Sony was like, we don't have to change. There's nothing we need to change. Our PlayStation 4 has sold a kajillion units. We have Uncharted, we have The Last of Us, we have, whatever. And then Microsoft was like, you know what? Let's just throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall, and whatever sticks, we're going to do it. And it's working. And now you have people that, and I think Microsoft is lucky that they're lucky that they're able to integrate the Xbox into the Windows system, right? Because then it opens up the platform to so many more people.
Well, PlayStation's got PlayStation PC.
Soon.
Do they?
Yeah, now. PlayStation
now.
PC.
PlayStation Now?
No, it's called PlayStation PC.
but Microsoft has an operating system to build Xbox into, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
correct.
I load up Windows 10 and there's my Xbox game bar and all my friends
Windows
are
11.
there. And
who's on Windows 10? Come on now.
I am because Windows 10 Windows 11 doesn't play well with AMD chipsets yet. You gotta do your homework before you get into all this.
I don't play games on my PC unless it's through cloud.
Yeah, nope.
I play
the
cloud.
only way I do it.
I play my Xbox. I play Game Pass.
Big nerd.
So yeah, Microsoft came out. They came out swinging this generation. Then, in their 20th anniversary video, basically did a love letter to their gamers for the past 20 years. It was like, thank you guys so much. This is what we did. And gentlemen, at the end, said, you know what, everybody? They looked right in the camera. Phil Spencer with his Steam Deck in the background. I don't know if anyone caught that, but I did. See you, Phil. Was like, hey, you can download Halo Infinite multiplayer right now.
Woo!
And there it was. Hats to the ceiling again. Hats to the ceiling, baby. Let's go.
It's so fun. I don't know. That game is wow.
Are you guys so I haven't had a chance. I downloaded it. It's on my machine, but I haven't played it. But both of you have been playing it a lot.
You downloaded it. You can play with us now. You have I'm Waba's new first friend on Xbox.
I haven't
He
accepted
can't
yet.
play with us because he can't figure out where the controller layout is.
Waba, here's the best part. Pez, should we tell him?
No.
You don't have to accept me for me to be a friend in Xbox.
Dude,
you
that's
can add me as a friend.
man.
No.
Oh.
You can add me as a friend after. Even if I'm on the list, I can't. You can have it so I don't see everything, but I can add you at any time. But you have to add me as a friend after the fact. Yes.
Yeah.
But I still can see that you're online. Oh yes.
I hate that. So on my PlayStation, I'm always invisible because I'm streaming NHL, and inevitably I get messages from kids who are like, hey, you want to play Fortnite? No, I don't. I don't want to play Fortnite. Why would I do that? I'm streaming. Like, why would no? I can't, dude.
Or it's more fun that whenever he's playing on a stream and he just beats somebody or stuff, I'll purposely go on my phone and go into the PlayStation app and give him a mean message.
I get all these messages from people,
from literally everyone in chat.
I have to I don't want them to know I'm online because then I just get these gamer words from these nerds or just whatever. So yeah, the Xbox, I don't like that. I want no one to see that I'm playing video games. Also, I don't want people to see what I'm playing, especially on PlayStation, because Vita.
Dude, why? Okay, one day we're gonna have to get to the bottom of this. Why you think that it matters so much about your?
Because he doesn't want people to watch him playing Anime 5: Revenge of the Octopus.
Hey, Waba, just because you picked a little penguin with a balloon.
Trophies, man.
Penguin with a balloon there, Waba. Just a little penguin with a balloon.
Oh man. By the way, Halo 5 is Halo Infinite. I don't know why I keep calling it Halo 5. You want to know why I keep calling it Halo 5? Because I didn't play Halo 5, so it's not registering in my brain.
Okay, you don't have to. It's not that good.
Yeah, I'm not planning on it. Halo Infinite multiplayer is awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome.
I can't wait to play it after this.
We
can end the show right now, and I'll go play Halo.
I grew up playing Halo. Played the first one, played the second one, played the third one, played Reach, just a wee bit of Reach, and then played Forza multiplayer only and didn't really enjoy it. Came off of Halo and was like, all right, I think I'm done. And then Infinite dropped, and it's like playing Halo. It's like playing a modernized version of Halo. So you can now slide, They've obviously updated some things, but it plays really well. It's really crisp. I play it on PC. I downloaded it on Steam. I didn't even download it on Game Pass. Download it on Steam for free. But that's only because Steam was working at the time. Game Pass wasn't working for whatever reason. So it integrates itself really well between cross platforms. I played with people on Xbox, played with people on PC. We've all done our fire teams. It's a lot of fun. I was worried about Big Team Battle because in the flight, I hated it. I was like, this is boring. It's dry. I don't like it. Got into Big Team Battle games and I love them. They're just everything I've done so far is fun. The one drawback of Halo Infinite's multiplayer is its XP progression system is absolute trash.
Yeah. The battle pass is terrible.
The battle pass is terrible, and I bought it. $10. I bought
Same.
it. Like
$12.99 in Canadian.
I bought it. You want to know why? Because we've talked about on the show. If I'm gonna play a free game, I'll throw them a couple bucks. I don't mind. You got to support the indie studios like 343 in Epic Studios, right? And give them a few bucks.
Here's the way I look at it, and you brought up a very good point of supporting studios, Pez. So Game Pass, you pay a certain amount of money and you get all these games. So you get all the Microsoft for first party games. They already proved that there was 1 million people online playing Forza before launch. That means that 1 million people, probably 5% got the game for a code. The rest all paid for the premium edition so that they could play that game.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them. Also, so it cost them. So for Canadians, it was $50. For the US, it was $40. You got to play the game early. You're also supporting the devs. You get all the DLC content. So anything that drops, you get no matter what. And then the same thing with Halo. I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, if I get the game no matter what. I know the game is free. I get that. But if I get the Battle Pass, I know I'm going to be playing it. And I know I'm about to get Halo Infinite, the game itself, which is, on PlayStation and here in Canada would be a $90 freaking game. But it's free.
Mm-hmm.
It's on, and I look at everybody's like, well, no, games on Game Pass aren't free. Well, once you've played 2 of them, yeah, it is actually. Once you've played 2 games, Game Pass is free. So if you want to go on to Game Pass, you have every Bethesda title, brand new. I know Antonio, who's in the chat, he was playing Skyrim today because the new edition of Skyrim is up on Game Pass now.
Oof.
Brand new, has brand new content, everything. Antonio was playing that. You're about to play Starfield next year. Xbox exclusive. Elder Scrolls will only be on PC and Xbox. So, and it's not, and Xbox is not saying it's console exclusive anymore because the way it's going to work is it's Game Pass exclusive. Yeah. You'll be able to play it on PC and you'll be able to play on the console. You'll be able to play it on your phone. You'll be able to play it on your tablet. You'll be able to play it on your laptop. Just choose where you, as the gamer, want to play. As on, if everyone plays, we all win. Phil Spencer put that in the Xbox Series because it's got the controller. If you pull out the battery pack, that's what it says right there, signed by Phil Spencer.
He signed it.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to open it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to play it. Use it, man. You
don't use it. Don't use it.
Pez, just use the damn thing. It's
not gonna please, it loses its value.
Chat, this is currently where it's sitting. Look at this bad boy.
It looks so good in the box. Don't move it.
Sitting up there with my collector's edition Scott Pilgrim vs. the World Switch game.
Pez, I'm telling you right now, play the damn. Use it.
No, I'll buy a second.
Use it. You get the background. Oh, you don't have it. I'm going to change my background today to the Xbox 360 one. They put it up there so you can use it now. There's a 360 dynamic theme. Yeah, on the Xbox you get dynamic themes, Waba. You don't just get this boom thing.
Okay, that's a huge. I hate that. I can't believe they did that, dude. I'm gonna rant.
You brought him back. You brought him in. He's in.
Oh, I was thinking that. So on my PS4, I had this great anti-comic-y animated background I got from playing Persona 5 Royal and a whole bunch of other Persona ones. And then I get my PS5 and it says you can look at Fortnite. I'm sick of this game, dude. I'm sick of it. Or like whatever bungus.com game. I will pay $10 for something that moves and something I'm interested in. What are you doing? Like, why would you go backwards for personalization? It makes no sense. This thing could probably pilot a rocket ship. Why can't I have a picture of a video game as a background?
Waba, you're right, and I don't know why you're not in the Xbox ecosystem. Look at it. Pez just got an Xbox 20th anniversary controller. They have the Volt. They have the Aqua Shift. They have so many awesome. They have the Forza controller. They let you customize your console, customize your controller. You can go in Design Lab and be like, I want a Waba controller, and go in and make a Waba controller. But PlayStation's like, so we've got a black one, a white one, and a red one.
And the red one's more expensive. I don't like.
So they so they pretty much got an American flag, and they're just like, hey, here you go.
I mean, technically, they got an American flag.
They have no personality. And then when companies were out there and were like, okay, we want to help you guys get personality. PlayStation's like, we're gonna sue you now. So don't make those anymore because we don't want it to be fun. We want it to be whatever we charge you to make it. We want you to, every time you turn on your PlayStation, you might as well just take a quarter and put it in. Every couple minutes, just put a quarter in. Because PlayStation's like, yeah, give me that money. Give me that money.
I hate that there's no animated themes. It's so frustrating. But you know, what can you do? You can't do anything. You just gotta wait. But
can't do anything. You just gotta take it.
I love how we just did a whole thing, and like me and Pez were talking great things about Xbox, and Waba, all he could do was agree and be like, damn it.
So no, sometimes it's very hyperbolic, but Game Pass is a very good value, and I just saw that Total War of Warhammer is coming in February, so I'm like,
Waba, I really think the fact that I can continue to feed you Game Pass so you don't have to worry about it, you're going to be an Xboxer by the end of the year. I think that's my goal.
In the words of a wise man, I can be bought. Waba plays 2021.
No, he said that on the podcast, actually.
I probably said that on 2020 as well.
Pretty much like, 1986 to 2021.
Yes, but it was baby steps. The fact that he's now inserted the code, created an account, has an account on Xbox, and is willing to play Halo, and he's going to check out Forza. He's going to check out Gears of War. He's not going to tell us. He's going to like it, and then he's going to secretly, when it's not on air, he's like, so by the way,
it's going to be some
have you checked out my achievements? He's going to be like, look at the achievements I got, Court. Look at them.
It's going to be some random weeb game that drops. Like,
he'll
play like Scarlet Nexus and be like, I'm in. I played it.
Scarlet Nexus is there. That's a great game.
Also, Dicey Dungeons is like, I'm like actually really excited for it. Dicey Dungeons is out, and I'm gonna play that.
Or maybe, RPG of the Year nominee Cyberpunk 2077 will come out.
You know what, Pez? I think your prediction that comes to Game Pass is pretty strong.
Dude, I got it for $5 at my local Walmart.
Gotta do something.
They might as well give it away.
Yeah, I got it for $10.
I'm looking at a copy right here that's just unopened, separate from the one I pre-ordered and I opened and I returned.
Wow, but you'd be impressed with this one. So the local source, which is like Radio Shack from back in the day, they were selling their copies of Cyberpunk for $10. So I went there first thing in the morning and then drove to GameStop and sold my PS4 copy for $30. GameStop, by the end, because I was telling people to do it, by the end of the day, if you went on their webpage, they changed it and they were only giving $8 for Cyberpunk because they probably realized that so many people were doing it. They changed their system halfway through the day to change it because they realized that you could go and buy it for 10 and then sell it to them for 30.
It's called churning, baby.
That's when you go in and buy 5 copies from Source. Drive right to GameStop and be like, oh, I want to trade in all 5 of these. Oh, wait, let me open them first. Make it look like I used them. Here you go.
They won't take on new copies. I hate it.
The last thing I bought at GameStop was my Volt Xbox controller, and the A button got stuck.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the last thing I bought at Xbox was a $300 Halo Infinity Elite Series 2, and the right thumbstick doesn't work.
Oh, oof.
I bought used Move controllers before VR. When VR was new, I got them for $10 each.
I'm going to take it back tomorrow, and I think I'm just going to get the regular Elite controller because they're going to tell me that I can only do an exchange, which is fine. It's fine. I'm not going to argue. I made the original purchase. If they can't give me a Halo one, I'm probably just going to get the regular Elite because it's nice. It's sexy.
You got to argue.
The Halo one, I already used the code that comes in the box. So I already get to, when Pez and I play Halo tonight, I'm going to have the Halo Elite controller dangling from my gun.
Beauty.
And he wants it. Look, he's like, I want that. I want that.
Dude, I almost bought an actual, like a regular Elite controller. And I almost pulled the trigger, but I didn't. If I bought the Halo one, I think I would. I think I'd have buyer's remorse on it.
I do right now because
I think working. I would. I mean, I bought my PlayStation and had buyer's remorse, like
because you wanted an Xbox. If you had an Xbox Series X behind you, you'd be hugging it and like treating it like it's your baby.
I'd be so excited. It would actually be downstairs so my daughter and I can play Avengers together because that's all she wants to do is play Avengers. She saw Black Widow and is like, "Yeah, I'm in. I want to play."
Yes, Antonio, they do have to repair it, but GameStop is if it's under 30 days, will give you another one. But I don't think they're gonna have it.
I would complain. And I'm good at it. If you need me to complain on your behalf, dude, I will take them to the mat.
Yeah, so as a Canadian, we don't need your problems, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not a problem maker. I'm a problem solver.
One says sorry, the other says sorry, and then they figure it out.
We are at 1 hour, folks. So what we're gonna do to the chat here is, do you guys want us to be live each week? Because it's no big deal for us to be live each week. we only have an hour to do the show because I'm not gonna lie, I go to bed early and I would love to play some Halo. So you know what? Our last topic was Bobby Kotick sucks. So
yeah, sucks.
we could just say it.
Cover
He
that.
sucks. He's a terrible person. He needs to be fired. And thank you for PlayStation for stepping in and saying he should be gone. And Activision's board all saying that, he's just got to change up his act. Activision can suck it, and I'm not playing any of their games until he's gone. So suck it. They suck.
Suck it, they suck.
Suck it, they suck. There we go.
2021.
Any questions from the people in chat, and we can start doing that as well.
I would like live. Yeah, so yeah, they're all saying we got to do it live. It's no big deal to do it live each week. I think it'd be fun.
Easy. Yeah. Easy peasy.
So if you guys want us to do more live, and if you want to catch us live, you can search 3 Dads and a Console podcast on YouTube, and please subscribe. We are like 30 followers away. Subscribers.
Yeah, I'm almost
from
at
a vanity
700.
link.
I'm almost at 700 on Assemble XP in just over 40 days.
Yeah.
Cool. Just
So
slaps it on
send
the
them
table.
over. Send 30 of them over here to sub. I mean, but guys, like, get your account. Everyone has a YouTube. Get your dog's account, your grandma's account, whatever it is. Come sub to us so we can get that vanity link.
I'll tell you exactly. I'm 658.
Not even 700. Imagine.
I know, it's ridiculous.
But yeah, if you guys had fun, please check us out there. You can also check it out on Spotify, obviously, Apple, iTunes, anywhere you get podcasts. But please rate us on there as well. It helps us very much. And on our videos now on YouTube, can you throw a like and a comment, please? Let us know what you want to see in the next episode, or if you have any questions for us.
Support that algorithm, people. Put comments in. Like. Look, I'm gonna do it right now. Click like.
Bang.
Support the algorithm.
That's right. And once again, on behalf of the boys and I, thank you to everybody who listened, who joined our Discord, followed us on anything, came by and said hi in our streams and stuff like that.
Kotick sucks.
Yeah.
True.
He sucks so much.
And all our guests as well. Thank you for everybody who supported us, and we're looking forward to. Can we call it season 2?
Oh yes, season 2.
Season 2.
I love that. Season 2 of 3 Dads starts tomorrow.
3 Dads and Console starts next week. So looking forward to spending more time for you guys, and thank you guys again for your time and attention. Any last thoughts before we sign off and say goodbye?
No, just thank you, everyone. You guys are amazing. Amazing.
I love you all. I love you.
Thank you again, folks, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.